Alright, hello guys, so I've decided that this is going to be part two of the Let's Play of Portrait of a Texas Family, so this should be part 2, so I'm going to upload part 1 first, probably call it Beach Day or something, and then this will be part 2, because this is quite a long game, and I don't want to have a giant footage of me doing a Let's Play all at once. I feel like it would be better if I broke it up, plus that would just give me more content to upload, because like I said, I want to upload a video each Friday, so then I'd have more videos to upload for content if I film it all at once and then break it into parts. Alright, so moving on, we just finished with Beach Day, and she was just explaining in the last clip how she was going to check her files. So, yeah, because she was remembering Beach Day due to the Polaroid, and how her daughter is trans, and now we're going to look at the files. So, yeah, let me go check the office. Also, I've never played this game before, so I don't know what's going to happen next, so that's why I'm not able to explain this any better than you, because I don't know what's happening next. I enter the master bedroom, a cozy room shared with Martin, I enter the master bedroom, a cozy room shared with Martin, which we refashioned at the start of the pandemic, so we could both work from home. Yes, this is based on literally true events that existed. You can see it's very much based off of. It's historic fiction, except this is based on present day, so present day fiction? I don't know what you call like historic fiction based on modern times. If there's like a specific genre for that, somebody comment it down below, please. I can't help but think about all the times we took alternating shifts. I would toil away on my laptop on certain days when Martin would be on a Zoom call with a teacher, helping wrangle together the attention of 24 kids for hours. So I guess Martin's a teacher. Other days, I'd be there for conference calls, meetings, and trying not to get distracted by Slack cheats while typing up reports and reviewing applications. In between, we managed to take care of Sophia and make sure none of us got sick. I do realize that Sophia could also be pronounced Sophie, but I'm still going to pronounce it Sophia because that's what I've been saying this whole time. But I do apologize if it's actually pronounced Sophie. I tend to have a hard time telling the difference between the two pronunciations because Sophie, spelled like this, Sophie has like an A at the end, and the only difference is the PH, which is like more of an F sound, but whatever. They both look like they'd be pronounced the same based on the spelling. So I'm still gonna go with Sophia. That got a bit harder when Martin had to go back to assisting teachers in person. But so far, we've all been lucky. I walk past desks. I cannot read anymore. I walk past the desk. The safe folder laid atop it near my laptop and scattered papers. Two questions springing back to the forefront of my mind. What is a quote-unquote safe folder and why do we need it? That was what Martin and I asked a married couple we invited over for lunch a few months back. We'd all met at a local Pride event here in Houston. Ooh, Houston still has Pride events. That's risque of the town. That's obviously a joke. I mean that because, like, they're so unsupportive towards LGBT people that I feel like having a Pride parade in that town is, like, a death sentence. That's a joke again. The two older women, Jane and Molly, were and still are raising a lovely, funny trans boy named Eric who took to Sophia like cheese to macaroni. Okay, I actually do like that reference there, cheese to macaroni. I don't know why they felt the need to emphasize that the trans boy is funny, but okay. They were the ones that encouraged us to put together this collection. Report cards full of straight A's, family photographs of us together post-transition, and self-portraits drawn by Sophia that affirmed her gender identity. Cute. All of this was meant to show how unconditional we both were in our love and care for our daughter in case Child Protective Services ever investigated us. Oh, because they put that new law in place in Texas in real life. This is real life, not in the game. In real life, they put that new law together in Texas where it's basically like if you have a trans child and you're supportive towards your trans child, it could be seen as child abuse because you're quote-unquote imbibing kids into being trans, or like quote-unquote teaching them to be trans, which is like quote-unquote toxic according to Texas governors, which I don't agree with that, by the way, at all, obviously, no duh. But that's what the save folder is for, because, you know, in Texas, it's like, if you're supportive towards trans kids, which is unfortunate that it is real, but in Texas, it's like, if you're supportive towards trans kids, then therefore you must be abusive, because you must be teaching them to be trans, or some stupid shit. I'm not going to go into the whole politics of it all. Look it up if you don't know. Where I get most of my information for this is educational sources on YouTube. Not YouTube. Educational sources on Instagram that tend to tell us the facts. I don't prefer as much to watch YouTube videos on the whole topics because I feel like it still could be the person putting in their own opinions. But with, like YouTube, not YouTube, with Instagram, accounts that tend to give the information, it tends to be run by multiple people, and it tends to be just the straight facts written down in, like, easily digestible posts explaining the situation, so I tend to go to those. The only time I really go to, YouTube for information on political stuff, like with video essay topics, is when it's about, disabled content, because I feel like disabled people can speak and show themselves a lot better through camera, A, and B, when it's about, like, celebrity stuff, because I feel like celebrity essay videos make more sense to just be said on, a YouTube video, because they can go into the full scope of it from the beginning to end timeline of the whole thing and give more details. But, like, for political stuff, I like to go to Instagram. Anyways, well, also news sources and stuff, too, but long story short, moving back to this game. But recent events changed all that. I'm sorry if me talking and having side conversations during this is distracting, but it's just how I like to be in all my videos. Those thoughts swirled around my mind as I tug at the top drawer at the right side of the desk. It opens with a quick pull. I rummage through and find what I was looking for. A letter written by our neighbor, Michelle, about how lovely our family is after we had her and a state senator over for dinner. Jane and Molly recommended we also include any letters from people close to us about how wonderful we are as parents. This one certainly fits the bill. I pick up the handwritten piece, remembering in vivid detail the moments before it was written. Okay, this is a flashback, obviously. 2 weeks ago, we bought a nice tablecloth for our hand-me-down dining table. We wanted to share dinner with an important state senator who declared he was undecided on his support for a proposed anti-trans bill. Uh-oh. We also invited our next-door neighbor, Michelle. She was, and still is, a vibrant, passionate sculptor and mother of 2 lovely boys that were also friends with Sophia. Their whole family, including Michelle's husband, Arnold, hey Arnold, were folks we had gotten to know quite well over the past few years. She offered some neighborly support during the dinner when we told her about what we planned. A spread of fresh, homemade ribs, cornbread with plenty of butter, shallot beans, water, and Lone Star was laid on the table. Sorry, I've never heard of shallot beans before. A pecan pie waited in the kitchen, all wrapped up in tinfoil. I actually had a dream where one of my friends was eating pecan pie for some reason last night. That's what this reminds me of. Just out of nowhere, my friend was, like, eating pecan pie, and I was talking to him about how I didn't know that they knew what pecan pie was. For some reason, that was my dream. Wow, aren't you so enthralled by that? Sophia was dressed a little bit nicer than usual and was on her best behavior, but otherwise just enjoyed her meal like any other day. Martin and I also dressed well for the occasion. Along with Michelle, we did the best we could to keep the conversation flowing organically. Let me give him, like, a businessy voice. Let me just say, I appreciate your folks having me out like this. The spread was just delicious. You make some real good grub, as Pa would say. That cornbread, so good. Tell you what, I'm tempted to take some home to my wife and kids. Of course, feel free. Thank you for taking time to visit our little family. I know your schedule is quite busy. Alright, I'm gonna give her, like, a lovely, like, girly voice. It's nice to finally talk to someone who can make such a significant difference in Texas. Little bit old, little bit like lively, womany voice. I haven't yet had the pleasure of meeting one-on-one with any elected officials. This actually sounds the voice I'm doing. Sounds quite similar to the voice that they gave her in the actual game, so. The pleasure's all mine, miss. From what I've heard, your family's lovely as well. Why, thank you kindly. We'd be more than happy to have you over for dinner one night, too. I mean, isn't he over for dinner now? You know what, I won't question that. Maybe he meant the whole family, probably. Certainly, I'll think about it. My dance card is getting quite busy, but we'll see. Sure. Anyway, talk about sports, talk about school, talk about family. I feel like we should talk about school since that's what another one of the Texas bills affects. So, how's the school year been for you and your family? Oh, it's been keeping me and my wife busy. My oldest is getting ready for his senior year of high school, starting to get recruited to play QB, quarterback. A and B. A, I just finished my senior year. A. Houston, BYU, UT, Notre Dame, LSU. You name it, he's on their list. Damn, he's on Notre Dame list? Damn, well, I mean, he is the senator, though, so. You know, my oldest son Jerry got a scholarship to pay for Houston. No kidding. You didn't tell us. Oh, that's Martin. You didn't tell us that. That's amazing. What position? Wide receiver. All his hard work's been paying off. I told him it would. That's wonderful, Mrs. Williams. Hope to see your boy out on the field. Sorry for background noise. Thank you, sir. It's getting hard to keep up with all the different voices as well. My apologies for that.